very unfortunately, it is a bit of a sad day. After all, it's the 19th February, 2026, and Jan Timman is not with us anymore. You knew him obviously very well for over a decade. You had a rivalry with him on the chessboard. From the top of your head, do you have a favorite remarkable memory of you and Jan Timman together, which you can maybe share with us?
Well, I had plenty of beautiful memories with Jan Timman, and it actually started in '92 when we first time I played Olympiad with the Netherlands in Manila in '92, and well, Jan Timman was of course like team leader, and and this was kind of good old days. It was Timman, Piquet, myself, and we were like the
strong team.
Yeah, and we played Russia in the Olympiad with Timman drew with Kasparov. And me and Piquet, we were kind of still very green. And with Timman, he knew the ins and outs, how it works in a big city like Manila. So yeah, so this was already kind of a memory which I keep, for me. And we went to some day trip in the jungle, and all kind of, and Timman took us to some clubs in Manila. So and, we were walking in the street.
Taught you other things than chess.
Yeah, we walk in the street, and then some kids were trying to steal some money from Timman. They were grabbing in his pocket, and you and Piquet tell Jan, in your pocket, and so it was kind of fun. So and basically then from '95 on, I started to play with Timman, and actually I already told the press that I was going to beat him, and then actually it actually motivated him a lot, because I was kind of this enfant terrible, and the guy with a big mouth, and he felt like he should punish me for that. So this was kind of good, and I think, and because of that, I think also Jan, he got some extra energy, just to
kept it on his toes.
Yeah, to keep me at bay, So and then I think for 10 years we had some fierce fights, on the board, but at the same time was a lot of respect. And when I was tournament director in Hogeveen, I invited him a few times to play matches, or one was against Joran van Verweest, because I felt like him as a Dutch icon of chess, he should. It would be a good matchup to play against, the new upcoming youngster. So that was kind of good. And well, actually, the last time that I met Timman over the board, I still have actually fond memories of that. Although the game tragically ended with, for me, that I got mated on the back rank. So which kind of is like a beginner's mistake. But to be honest, I had been terrorizing Timman for like a decade for sure on the board, So okay, to give something back, it was fine.
It was a bit of a karma, or like a fair ground.
Yeah,
like
he got his he got his share of pleasure, and. But that was probably the last time. I think it was in the Notenboom tournament in Leiden, that it was him, myself, Jan Smeets and Predrag Nikolic. We played a 4-player round robin tournament.
Oh, nice. And when you were together with Jan, I mean, of course, at one point there was, you said you were the enfant terrible. You had the big mouth. You said like, Jan Timman, I'm coming for you, I'm getting you. How was your connection with him? You said there was a mutual respect, but how was he as a person? Did you even meet privately at times too, like had a drink together or something like this?
Okay. I mean, we were not, let's say, getting over to each other's house, but I mean, we spent still a lot of time together, especially playing for the national team. And those were and we played also for the same team in Holland, and we played for many years together with in Ports, until the sponsor Wilfried Hilger died. So we had a lot of quality time together, and especially when we played for Ports, we had this. We traveling together to, let's say, to Dresden, and I was driving, and him and Sokolov, they were drinking white wine while I was driving, and basically when we arrived in Dresden, that I had, my car was full of empty bottles, so and also it happened, that you drive on the German autobahn, and there's some huge traffic, and in German autobahn you drive 170, 180, and so suddenly I see this big stau, big traffic, so I have to go immediately from 180 to 0, while at the same time Timman is drinking, is trying to pour some white wine in his glasses, and okay, so
wild times.
Some accidents happen with the wine, but okay, who cares?
Yeah, as long as it's only an accident with the wine, it's fine after all. So thank you for sharing this. Yeah, nonetheless, I'm here with you after all, so I'm very happy you're here at ChessBase. What are you doing right now, by the way?
Yes, well, I have a long time connection with ChessBase, and from time to time I had some problem with my ChessBase account or something, and then I asked for help. I said, okay, maybe one day I should come back to Hamburg, and okay, Hamburg is a lovely city anyway, and I want to visit ChessBase. I want to visit Gustafsson, also a good friend of mine, and I try to combine all together.
Nice.
And next weekend my wife is playing for the Frauenmannschaft of Solingen. So we all kind of combined. Kids have holidays, so I felt like, oh, this is the right moment just to come to Hamburg. And I thought, okay, maybe let's make some video, and okay, this time I'm not doing any video on openings, because I need to prepare much better for openings, because basically these days I'm not so up to date in openings, but on other stuff I have a lot of good material. So I thought, okay, which I believe is actually more interesting for amateur players, but I know also that openings, they sell better. so I
have to find the balance.
Yeah. So, but I didn't want to give in to commercial feelings, and so I said, okay, let's first do the stuff that I have already ready to make video on, and I hope that the people will like it.
Oh. Well, I'm almost sure they will, so don't worry about that. Now, let's get back to your career, because of course it's quite fascinating. You've been dominating the Dutch chess world for quite some time. You were in the top 10 of the world. Why were you so good in chess? What made you be the strongest Dutch player? What divided you from the others?
Well, first of all, of course, you need to be not gifted, yeah. But okay, but it's not only about being gifted; it's also
it's helpful.
It's helpful, yeah. But on the other hand, you also you need to put some hours of work in it. And back in the days, if your life is just about chess, I mean, you play a lot, you study a lot, and okay, I was also doing other things. I loved sports as well, but basically I was playing a lot, and I think I have quite a big book collection, And I'm not talking about opening books, but books that I think they are important for your chess to have a sustainable chess career. So that you talk about, for example, endgame books or whatever. Okay, having said that, not that I read everything, but back in the days I read almost everything which I had. So I have at least over 1,000 books.
Gee.
Yeah, and
you have your own library.
Yeah. So I have I have also, to be honest, I have a very nice working place, so I have like my own room, let's say, in which I could survive very well, let's say in Corona times, because it's like my own room with 50 square meters with, my working place. I have a rowing machine and I have a fridge, I have a couch. So whatever, it's like a man's cave, basically.
Now I want to see pictures, but maybe we'll get to that at one point. But that sounds interesting. So you felt like this was a very good working environment to fulfill all your chess duties?
Well, I mean, it is. Having said that, it doesn't mean that these days I'm working that hard in this environment. But let's say for a true chess professional, it will be kind of ideal. But let's say back in the days, I was mainly working very hard when I was on tour. And luckily, I was a lot on tour. So I was working very hard during tournaments, and when I was at home, I was relaxing, sports, whatever. But yeah, and I learned a lot, let's say, by playing a lot and analyzing a lot with my opponents, especially with I grew up, end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s, so I played a lot against the Soviet players, and the Soviet chess school was famous, and although in Holland we didn't have the Soviet chess school, but we did have this step method of Cor van Wely, kind of a famous training method.
Yes.
But for the rest, we didn't have anything particularly, so I had to basically do it by myself or analyzing with my opponents, like the Soviet players, which was what kind of really helped me a lot, yeah.
So luckily you were already gifted. Then you put in the hard work. You were reading constantly. You had the right environment, and you pushed yourself to go play chess as often as possible and analyze with your opponents. Is this something which would still work in these days?
Yeah, quite. Yeah, I think it would help a lot. Yeah, because analyzing with your opponent is like getting training from a good player as well. So, but okay, I think also quite important is that you have the inner desire, the determination. That you really have the ambition to. Because sometimes when I give training, sometimes I don't feel the ambition of let's say my pupils that that they want to rip off the shirt of your body and to ask you anything they can, So and I think I was kind of very very ambitious and
Yeah, that probably makes a big importance in this whole feature. Now, talking about chess and determination, you've played in Wijk, Anse 25 consecutive years in a row from 1992 onwards. Then you took a break and then you kept on playing as well. And you're still there now, not as a player at the moment, but you were there. I saw you as a coach. And you've been also playing for, let's say, you mentioned SK Köln-Porz, also for 25 years, like two decades plus. Was there ever a time where you go like, I'm done with chess. It's over. I cannot do this anymore. I had too much, like almost a burnout or something.
Well, maybe I should have had a burnout, but since I passed that stage, so probably I'm good with. I'm kind of can handle it. The workload. Let's say regarding playing in Wijk and Zee, I think the last time I played in 2017. And I remember I still had a very good rating, like 2695, so almost like 2700. Yeah. But already felt like, okay, maybe this is not what I should want anymore. And once you have this feeling, it's also bad for your play. And I finished with, I think, -6, like 3.5 out of 13. Not something to be proud of. And when you realize that, okay, it's going to be very hard to play against those guys because they are 24/7 busy with chess, and you just go there and say, hey guys, let's play some chess. It doesn't work like that, I mean, it means that you're going to be very vulnerable, because, and that year, I was maybe not in best shape, I was a bit ill, all kind of factors which are the ingredients for disaster. And so, after 25 years of playing Wijk and Zee, so now I'm going there from time to time as a coach, and I don't feel the urge to play there again. It's just somehow it's like, you can ask myself, okay, why would I? I had my share of
definitely,
yeah. So it's time to move on, and the other goals in life, and I have 2 young kids, also important, and I'm doing a bit of cherry picking, where I'm playing, so I love to play this team events. I like to play again for the national team. And I like to play for, now I found a new home in Germany, playing for SG Solingen. So we have a nice team and the atmosphere is nice. The French league and the Spanish league, it was kind of nice events. And now, I will play in April and May, I will play 2 open tournaments. One is in Thailand and one is in Corsica.
Oh yeah, that's nice places to maybe play a tournament.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I think they are not that tough as maybe let's say the Grand Swiss or
yeah, sure.
So yeah, and nice places to spend your time.
Yeah, absolutely. You have beaten players like Karpov, Kramnik, Anand, Carlsen in classical games. Is there any victory which is the one which stands out for you, where you go like, this game I will never ever forget, and I sometimes replay it secretly?
Actually, well, I will not sound modest, but I mean, if you have beaten, let's say, Karpov and Ivanchuk or Shirov or Topalov or Kramnik, yeah, which game to pick here? Because so many games to Carlsen I also beat a few times. However, it was one game that if one game stands out, it's actually the game that actually I lost to Carlsen when I was completely crushing him, and he was +7, and in 2 moves he went from +7 to -5. Yeah, and then from that point on, things went from bad to worse against Magnus. Okay, of course it's understandable, he was getting stronger, but still, I till that moment I had a good grip on Magnus. So, it's okay, yeah, I had a nice win against Karpov, nice wins against Kramnik, and I had also kind of great battles against Shirov, but those matches games against Shirov, I mostly remember that he was mating me, but I also had I also had my share. So
Yeah, but also no pity with that.
yeah,
Getting mated against Shirov. This is a
yeah,
common thing that happened to probably every chess player in the world as well. So yeah.
yeah.
Now, when you compare those, these are the '90s monsters, right? It's all the names you just named: Ivanchuk, Shirov, Anand, Karpov, Kasparov. When you were at the Vaikansee tournament right now, last month in 2026, and you look at the tournament and you see names like Vincent Keimer, Gukesh, Abdusattorov, Sindarov, all players roughly 20 or even younger, like that. What is the biggest difference between those two generations for you?
Well, of course, I mean, everybody became younger, at least 10 years younger, yeah?
Everybody, yes.
Yeah, so, but it's still interesting, let's say, to play them, you know? I mean, because, I mean, they play very well and they calculate well, and but they still have their weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so because you know
What are they?
yes, because you know they lack some kind of experience still. And let's say, for example, if I look at the games of Vincent Keimer, it looked like that he has only there's no stop button in his game, that he cannot control himself, you know. And I think when, which actually, well, when I was at his age, probably I had the same, you know, that guys losing all sense of objectivity. So there's no, so they keep on pushing, which has its pluses, but they can also be punished for that. And let's say if I would play them, if I want to win against them, it's not that I have to do anything. I mean, well, I wait for them to take some risk which are not uncalled for.
Like in tennis, waiting for the opponent to make an error.
Yeah. So I don't need to force the game myself. But let's say if I'm playing myself against, let's say against a 2400 play, then of course I need to provoke him a bit or to push him a bit, you know. Otherwise, the guy might just be happy with a draw.
Yeah.
But with them, it's like, okay, they come at you, and for some people they think, oh, this is scary. The guy wants to kill me. But I would say, oh, this is actually my chance to beat them.
Interesting. Now you're a coach. You've been coaching the, let's say, elite of the Dutch players now. Not only Jodin van Forest, but right now it is Mark Swammerdam. What is the biggest difference from you as a player, and what kind of player experience can you take over as a coach?
Well, let's say if I speak about my recent experience with Max Swammerdam, well, and I have to say this guy is working hard on his chess, but one of the problems is that, well, I'm not sure it's a problem, but we look at chess in a completely different way. So, which is good because you get different angles how to approach chess. So that's kind of nice, and actually he should try to find a balance between his approach and my approach. You know, you could call it cherry picking or whatever. If he doesn't, but if I'm just telling him what he should do and he still keeps on following his own path, well, then I'm wondering why I'm there, yeah? Because what is my contribution to his? So then it's going to be, yeah. And he's a bit stubborn, yeah. So that's kind of, you know, I wish he would, you know,
Take a little more.
Bit more from me, yeah. but okay. Sometimes the guys have to find out the hard way, you know.
Interesting.
But okay, it's all learning experience.
Mm. You enjoy being a coach, though?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to say, dealing with Max is he's a nice guy, and it's kind of very pleasant, and you know, and I'm already coaching him. I don't know for how many years, maybe 8 years or so.
Wow, didn't know. Okay.
So I've been working with him for quite a while, and know his family pretty well, and so that also helps, you know. So because you know, at the same time, I'm let's say doing training sometimes with Eline Roebers.
Ah.
But okay, but you know, that's kind of a bit different because first of all she's a woman, so that's already a different dynamics, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and okay, and I'm just coaching, training with her like maybe a year or a year and a half. So it's not like that we have that much history like with Max. But also for her, it's actually the same as with Max. Well, maybe it's my mistake. You know, that you know, for example, she was winning the gold medal in the European Blitz, and she took bronze in the world.
Yeah.
But I cannot see the hand of the trainer in her play.
Ah.
So I cannot take credits for that.
Wow.
And I think I wish, you know, that you know, I would see something of, you know, the way I'm approaching chess back in her game. But that's still difficult part, you know. And to be honest, as you can see in, let's say, in Wijkenzee, where she has been suffering a lot in the challenges group, and I think to be successful there, I think she needed a bit of more of my kind of game. But okay. also she had to find out the hard way.
Okay, yeah, well, sometimes players have to find out the hard way. It's true.
Probably after this interview, I'm being fired by both.
Yes, not a coach anymore, unfortunately.
Yes,
you have to concentrate back on politics.
Yes, politics, or back to play myself, yes.
Let's talk about politics a little bit. So at one point there was a time in your life where, I mean, you were probably always politically involved in some way. It just didn't happen out of nowhere where you went like, oh, you know, I'm going into politics. You had a motivation for quite some time, and then you just took this step. So how did that go? And I want to hear the story about how you even got there.
Yeah, I would actually say quite the opposite.
It's quite the opposite.
Yeah, you know, that I always thought and still think that politics is a dirty word, you know.
Oh.
So I was always very apolitical. But actually, at some point, a friend of mine, he approached me, and he was also in the chess world, and he was also a friend with one of the political top guys, you know, who is kind of running a new party. And he said, "Look, do you want to be a member of this party and to be on the list for?" I think elections for the parliament. It was in 2017.
He just came to you and offered this.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said, why not?
And well, actually, something like that. The story goes like, you know, because okay, I knew there was this new political party which stands for new politics, you know, and actually to be. What I love very much, to be politically incorrect, is basically means you say what you think, yeah, and okay, new political party for something new politics. So okay, but you know, I'm still sort of public figure, so I have to think about what's the impact on my reputation and stuff like that. So I told the guy, I need to think about it. And the guy said, okay, you have 1 hour. So, and then, okay, after 1 hour.
Then he clicked on the chess clock.
Yeah, but okay.
Said
so,
no increment.
no increment. No, so okay, well, what the heck? Let's do it. Yeah. So it caused some stir, but okay, no big deal. And then this political party got into the parliament, got to seats in the parliament. Okay, I went back to my life. I had a son which was just born in 2016. And then 2 years later, they asked me again, look, there's elections for the Senate. Do you want to be on the list again? I said, okay, well, okay, why not? Yeah. And then, the party crushed the elections, and they won. They became the biggest party in the Netherlands. And then suddenly I was out of nowhere in the Senate.
Oh.
But the Senate, I thought, okay, this is, not so bad as, let's say in the parliament. But of course in the parliament, it's politics, yeah? And in the Senate, actually, you're not supposed to do politics. Actually, they call, as a French, they call it the chambre de réflexion. It means something like, where the house where common sense should prevail. So I thought, okay, you have people who use their brain and set all political differences apart, and they, okay, in reality, it's all
BS.
political. Yes. So that was kind of, and now, okay, of course, then people are complaining why there are still bad laws. Because they do politics also in the Senate. Because in the Senate you're supposed to check the laws which are being passed in the parliament. So you have to check if they are, proportional or whatever according to European law, or if they make sense at all. But yeah, if you just look at what you want politically, which actually should not play a role, then it's actually just a second round of politics. After Parliament, you do one more round. So I have to say that it was actually a very interesting experience. It's not my natural habitat, but well, if you see it as a chess game, it's like you have to be kind of manipulate or tricky, and it's not
sacrifice.
Yeah, give
which
and
is
take,
actually getting a better position.
Yeah, and it's not only in chess. It's kind of, in this sense, chess is very simple game.
Very straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you play a game with open information, and the best move is the best move, and there it's like, okay, you have to make some bad moves, but you get a good position in return.
So it's okay. I'll get back to that in a moment. But now I need to, because I'm curious. So your friend, he was asking you if you want to join the party. What was his idea? What did he see in you that you were the right person for this, or was he just recruiting random people? I don't think so.
No. Well, he knew where I was basically standing. Yeah, let's say politically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
so he knew where you were standing. Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not that I'm just randomly was selling my soul, for
yeah. I had to ask because you said you were more like apolitical after all.
But okay, with my friends we had some kind of discussions in a bar, with some drinks and stuff like that, So he knew more or less, and then of course since I'm a grandmaster and have a reputation, so it's also be good for the political party to have people with a name, to have because as a grandmaster you have some sort of reputation that you're smart,
Yeah. Chess players are intelligent. No, everybody knows that.
Yeah. They all keep on saying this in the Senate. Oh, you're so smart. So, keep this idea. Keep it. Yes.
Shall we play a chess game? No. You would beat me easily.
Yeah.
So, would you compare politics more to chess or more to poker?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it's more to poker. Yeah. Although I'm not, let's say, I've been playing poker myself, but in poker at least there's more human interaction. In chess there's not supposed to be any human interaction.
Except the handshake, maybe.
Yeah, and maybe some staring down or stuff like that, but for the rest, no. So, and in poker, you have to kind of read your opponent, what he wants, and what he says doesn't mean that's what he wants, and it's and you don't know actually which cards they are playing.
Yeah.
And in chess, it's game of open information, so that's kind of easy game. That's if you like. Mathematics, or it's like mathematics. It's like there's no suddenly a rabbit comes out of the head, like yeah.
I read 2 books about poker which I really loved, both written by women. One is Annie Duke, the other name I forgot. And one chapter she describes how she was playing against you. Are you aware of which book I'm talking about? You cannot help me with that either. So, but what I was surprised that I read your name and you were kind of the final boss at the poker table in this chapter. So you also pursued, as you mentioned already, kind of a little bit of a poker career. Was it that time where every chess player went to poker, or was it a bit later?
Well, I think the problem is if you want to be really good at something, you cannot just do both at the same time, play chess and play poker. So you have to really dedicate. And it's the same if in politics. If you want to be really good, you have to be. You can, if you want to be, let's say, a minister or let's say a member of parliament, if you want to be really good, you have no time for, let's say, family life, private life, or something like that. And I think for chess and poker, I think it's maybe for chess it's easier still to combine it, but let's say in poker, because you make these kind of crazy hours. Sometimes if you play online, it's in the night, and let's say in the morning. So let's say you play till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and then at 7 the kids you bring them to school.
Gosh.
So that
consequences.
Yeah. So so that's going to be extremely hard to. And so I was playing some poker, but to say that, and at a certain reasonable level, I would say, but to become really good, I didn't have the time and to dedicate myself to. So what was your original question?
The original question was, what was the time when you started to play poker? And at one point, and that's what you kind of answered already, you were playing poker a little bit, but it wasn't that serious because chess was still your home brew, after all.
Well, I think I started to think about poker, actually, it was kind of funny. I think I was working in 2007 with Kramnik. For the as a second, and I was his coach at the World Championship tournament in Mexico City.
Okay.
But you know that his working with him, actually you start to wonder like, okay, is this how my life is going to look like in the future? So you start to have doubts about your future. And it's okay, maybe what about poker? And so this is maybe...
Did Jan Gustafsson get you into this, or?
Well, well, with Jan Gustafsson, I know that he was also playing poker, but just to make a small sidestep,
sure.
You know, Peter Heine Nielsen was describing the poker style of Jan Gustafsson. Was like, okay, he's playing e4, opponent plays e5, he's playing queen h5, guy goes knight c6, and then he plays bishop c4. And then most of the guys, they play knight f6, and Gustafsson gives mate on f7. But then you have some guys who actually
do not fall for that.
They play whatever, queen e7, and then Gustafsson resigns. This is how Peter Heine is.
Interesting. That's so funny.
So he was kind of, Gustafsson was actually kind of targeting, you know, the fish, the real big fish, yeah. And of course, we all know that poker has evolved, and at the beginning was a lot of fish, you know, and the pool dried up, you know, and then it became tougher and tougher, and then a lot of people stopped playing poker because it was not so easy anymore. But okay, I started to play like maybe 2008 or something, and till basically, well, 2018.
Oh.
Yeah.
Quite a long time.
Yeah.
So it was a nice hobby.
Yes, absolutely. Had my few successes, but not that I was it made me rich or something. Yeah. And then okay, the Senate came.
Yeah.
So then basically, well, there was I had 2 kids.
You had to get rid of one thing.
Yeah. And I still was playing myself a bit, you know, some leagues. I was the national coach of Italy, so it became way too much. And well, even now I like to play poker, but if I can play it once a week, then it's already a lot, you know.
I see. Back to politics, one last question I have. If you see the chess pieces with their values, was there any way, I mean, where you could get your chess experience into the politics? Not only that people thought you are intelligent, but also like really some strategic thinking, some tactics, all those things. Is there a comparison, or is it just like, is it a wishful thinking?
No, for sure. Actually, you know, especially, you know, there's a lot of pattern recognition.
It is, okay.
Yeah, so when the guy was, you know, how they, when you listen to the speeches and everything, you know, so, and you know, more or less, you know, what they want to vote, and, you know, how they build up their story, and, you know, and how to try to excuse themselves why they're going to vote for something which, you know, and it's all actually, because pattern recognition is all so predictable.
Yeah.
So they know, you know what's going to come next, and sometimes I'm sitting there and they think, oh, they must really think I'm stupid. Yeah, that you know that I don't know what's coming next. Yeah. So
yes, can we just skip all this part? We know what is going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
fun.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, like a show, or, you know, or some, you know, like. Well, I wouldn't want to compare it to some kind of fake tribunal, you know, that you know that somebody is going to be convicted, you know, already. But you know, there's just some BS before, yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. But you're still active in politics. You are not in the Senate anymore. You said that was a bit too exhausting. You're back at chess again. You're concentrating on chess very thoroughly. But nonetheless, there is an election going on in March 2026. So very soon, actually, there's stuff going on, right?
Yeah, well, actually, because I was in some politics anyway between 2019 and 23. So I thought, okay, why not to... and I was both in the Senate and in the parliament of my province, Noord-Brabant.
Oh, okay.
So, and I thought, okay, why not to have also my own local political party, since I'm anyway, I have nothing to do anyway. Let's get
Sure.
yeah.
Build your own party.
So me and one guy, we founded our own local party. But okay, you know, because of and I think we got one seat in my city called Os, and I believe that we are going to, at least for next election, we're going to double down. But I have no time. I cannot do everything. So I try to follow it, you know, what's going on, because you know I have so much inside knowledge. So it's kind of interesting, you know, and I know the people, and there's some kind of dossiers I know quite a lot, you know. But let's say for local politics, I cannot do much. I'm just sometimes give my opinion on what we should do. I write a column from time to time, but and I'm just the treasurer of the party. I control the money. So when you control the money, you know, you're in charge, yeah.
I see. Okay. Now back to chess one more time. You said this is not the only thing. You also have some other things, and the body shape plays a big role into this, because you're also, as I heard, into high rocks.
Yeah.
Into conditional training, into sports in general. But this is a passion of you. When did you discover it, and what are you doing? You're participating in the events.
Yes, actually, like I must have been like 3 years ago. I started to really work hard on my physical shape, and okay, there's a few things going on. Also, it's also in the family who's holding the family record on the marathon and stuff like that, you know. So, and well, I know this guy Sipke Ernst.
Sipke, yeah, of course, great runner.
Yeah, he's a great runner, and I'm not at his level at all, but I think I can still do pretty well on the marathon. But yeah, now I started with CrossFit, and now, but I'm more the kind of cardio guy, and we have these high rocks events, which are kind of it's more cardio than CrossFit. You need some power, but some strength, but
mostly it's condition.
Yeah, and I think it also helps you a lot in first of all chess, but also in life, you know, because okay, in life I want to stay, you know, fit for my kids, you know, and my son thinks that he can cycle faster than me, but I think not so fast, my son.
Hasn't managed yet, yeah.
No, he thinks he is, but not so fast, and I hope I can stay ahead of him maybe the next 2-3 years. But also I think for chess, I mean, because I'm still playing for the national team,
yeah,
and somehow I managed to stay in the top 100, and I believe it's kind of important for your to keep your energy level, and if you're in good physical shape, it means also you should have enough energy to last a few hours, and because I had one game recently in Bundesliga against young Russian guy Sarana.
Oh yeah, strong player.
Yeah, and at some point we had kind of equal position, but he kept on pushing, and I felt, okay, why is he pushing? Probably he thinks he can wear me down, or but since I'm also in pretty good shape, and then, you know, he pushed too far, and then I was on my post, and then I punished him for that. And it's just because, you know, that I'm able also to sustain, you know, the pressure for quite some time. It helps your chess, and I have great respect for a lot of guys of my generation, like Adams, Gelfand, Chucky, Shirov, and go so on. And chess-wise, they were always, you know, ahead of me. But now
you're ahead of them.
They're dropping by rating, and I think it has to do with that. I think I'm in better physical
condition,
shape.
Okay.
So, and I think it should be, your basis. I mean, of course, I also have a very good chess base because through all the years, I did a lot of work on chess, and so I should understand the game pretty well. Maybe I understand the game even better than, let's say, maybe some 2-7 guys, but they have better open preparation. Maybe they even can calculate even better and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what my pluses are, so, and I have to use them. So when you play them, you have to
find the edges here and there.
Yeah. Get them to play on your battlefield, not on theirs.
Oh well, that sounds very politically.
Yes.
Now, one last question I have: what is your future going to be? Are you going to play in some other beautiful open tournaments like Costa Rica or Thailand, and where there's a lot of leagues which you're participating, there's a lot of coaching, you have to do with the political stuff. What does the rest of 2026 look like for you?
Yes, well, actually, the main event for me in 2026 is the Samarkand Olympiad. So, and I spoke to the guys, we were playing last year the European Team Championship, and we were in kind of contention to win gold.
Yeah.
But then we lost a crucial match to Ukraine, and then the last round we also lost to Germany, and so we were
the rhythm was gone.
Yeah, and then we out of the medals. And I told the guys, okay, I was fighting hard, and when it was kind of close matches that I was there, but I told them I have to do a better job. I was just speaking for myself, yeah.
Oh.
So I'm kind of working on my way to Olympiad.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, I played 14 Olympiads, so this is going to be my fifth. Let's say that I will be selected for the national team. So it will be my 15th Olympiad. With the national team, we won the twice European, but never any medal at the Olympiad, and that kind of hurts. Yeah. So this is kind of
to stop.
So,
this
but
year.
but I know it's going to be difficult. But okay, we have Giri.
Not impossible.
We have Giri and we have Van Vrees, and now Van Vrees is in good shape. So, but okay, the competition is huge. There's India.
The
US, Uzbekistan,
even Germany.
Germany is good, yeah. So,
plenty, yeah.
Plenty, yeah. But okay, it is
possible.
It is possible. So this is my dream goal, and in between I have well, I cannot say, I have to work slowly on my way up, yeah. So first, okay, I played Thailand Open. It's not that strong because I'm first seed and Nigel Short is there. So that's the kind of guys I love to play. There's not some young Indian kid or something.
Yeah. Underrated.
With all respect for Nigel, I prefer to play Nigel than some 2200 Indian kid.
Mm.
So, and then I have the Corsica Open, and then there will be the French League, there will be the National Championship. So slowly working my way up, and
step
then
by
step to the Olympiad, and I don't look any further.
All right.
Yeah. That's.
Let's see after the medal what will happen then.
Yeah.
So you know the program, of course. You made it up yourself. It's learning a lot of chess, doing a lot of high rocks too, to get the condition up and defeat all the players who think this man, he's beyond his greatest prime time. I can beat him, and then you prove them wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love that when the people they underestimate you, and you can still fire back, but it's kind of, but at least I like it when they go after you. So it's
Look, that was an absolute blast. Thank you so much for this interview.
My pleasure as well. Thank you.